record. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we're talking about the web design and development. I would basically take up the today the Photoshop. You must have downloaded it. If not, then download it today. I will give this PowerPoint. You will see it. Okay. And we said that if you have a shop, this is I have already taught it some class, so it's already in a slide. If you have a shop and you have an idea of making a website on that, so you go to the designer, and the designer will do what? Designer will create a template for it using the Photoshops and all those animations and a lot more things. Then there will be the front end developers because web development is front end and back end development. The front end development is the client side development. On a client side, basically what you do is you will have an HTML and CSS, and you start creating those buttons and all those interfaces and create that. Okay, there will be logos, there will be all those things, whatever is required on that site. And then there will be, like, if you click the button, what will happen? There is a method like on click. Hina Fayaz Magarish Voinams. Okay. इसने अब request भेजी. Okay, let me add her on the app. Now she's in. Okay, so definitely we will have some logos here. We have a lot of things here, but now I want to build the functionality to this site. Like if I click the button, what will happen on the click? So that is what's called the on click. So this is a part of JavaScript, because JavaScript is what will build the functionality in this site. Okay, or the buttons functionality will be the JavaScript. And then there is the things we have to transfer from, like the site to the server, which is on a backend. On a backend, there will be a server. Okay, there will be a server on a back where we have your database. Okay, and you have the languages like PHP. Okay, we have we can have a Java there, we can have a C hash there, we can have a Cold Fusion there. These are the many languages which you use in the backend. Okay, Majid Riaz, Malik Bilal, Huwaid and Azan. Azan to आया है, दूसरा Azan कैसे आ गया यहाँ पे? Do you have a screen? Different phone? Okay, two phones maybe.
Sir, laptop se hai ye.
Okay, no problem. Hina Fayaz Magre, open up the camera. And every other kid who is here in a class, stay in a class or either leave. If you are talking with somebody else, if you are laughing at somebody else, then you better leave the class. Don't make me to kick you out of the class. So behave and learn. Now, there is a server on the back, and there we have a lot of languages we can have. So what are the backend languages? I'm trying to give you that. We have PHP, we have Cold Fusion, we have Java, we have C hash, we can have Python. They all work on the server side, your backend languages. Okay, and on a front end, if you have a website to develop, we have the HTML and CSS and JavaScript to build the functionality. And then to transfer, we had previously the UML, and now we have the JSON. We have what? Let me put the new slide and this will become a little clearer. This is your client side. Look here, this is your client side where you develop your website. Basically, the website has all the features like those buttons and whatever you have there. It will be created using HTML and CSS. I will ask you back, so be ready. You will do it using the HTML and CSS. Now, this is your web browser where the site opens. And who will render? Basically, your browser will render the HTML and CSS here and convert your HTML and CSS code into the visual, that buttons and all those things, what is coming in the form of your web page. Now you want to build functionality to your system, to your website, like what will happen on a click, etc., what will happen on a mouse move. Then you have the JavaScript. So JavaScript works for the functionality of your website. Understand this. This will give you an idea how websites are developed and what languages we want to use. Then you want to transfer things from your website to the database or server. Here is a server. Then for that we have an XML or JSON. And today we have the AJAX. AJAX. So what is XML? What is JSON? And what is AJAX? This is your assignment today. I don't have a pen with me today. My kid has taken perhaps. So I can't write properly. So what is this XML, JSON, and AJAX? You will have an assignment of this. Okay. And tonight you will send it on my WhatsApp. Okay, tonight only. XML, JSON, and AJAX. So what is it? Now there's a server. Now we need server-side scripting. For that, the languages we use is PHP. We can use Cold Fusion. We can use Java. We can use C#. We can use Python. And from the server, you want to talk to your database. Then for that, we have a famous SQL, sequential query language. We know that. The SQL makes you talk with the server to the database. Okay. And the database you can develop using the MySQL or MongoDB. You have a MongoDB or you have the MySQL. So MySQL or MongoDB is used on a backend to create a database. PHP, Cold Fusion, Java, C# and Python are using the server-side scripting. HTML, CSS using the front-end scripting. JavaScript to build the functionality of your site. AJAX, JSON, XML, they will use it for the transfer of data and all. And if you have an Android app, here we don't have an SQL, full-blown SQL. We have a simple SQL called SQLite, which can create your database in your mobile phones. Okay. Then you can read about this. This presentation is a huge, but we don't have actually this syllabus. In syllabus we have a Photoshop, but I just wanted to give you the overview of this web programming. So which language is used in this web programming. Okay. Somebody's mic is creating noise. Please keep it off. Okay. Now let us take up the Photoshop. One second. Where is the Photoshop? It's coming here. Now this is my Photoshop. Let's today get the tour of the Photoshop. Okay. One second. This is our Photoshop. And you click this, it will open up the workspace of Photoshop. It's called a workspace. This is called what? Workspace. This is the workspace of Photoshop. Okay. And in Photoshop, we have, as you can see on the left, a lot of things. On the top, on the bottom, on the top again here, on the right window, it has names. Now, left one is called as a toolbar. There are lots and lots of tools. As you could see here, there are tools. Okay. And what is coming in this box, right? This is called tooltip. Okay. We are getting tooltip here. And these all tools you should master. Even though this class is not an extensive Photoshop class, this is a web programming class and we have to cover a lot of syllabus. But you can download the Photoshop courses and Photoshop tutorials and you should learn it inside out. Okay. I will give you a lot of things about the Photoshop, but not, we have to finish Photoshop in 2 or 3 lectures. Okay. But the Photoshop needs at least a 1 month of learning. So that is where it comes the YouTube come into play, or the torrent sites I gave you last time. There you can find a lot of tutorials on the Photoshop, which can teach you inside out of this Photoshop. Now this Photoshop is called Workspace, and on left, these are the tools. You should be knowing each and every tool. What is it doing? What are its applications and all? And inside you see, if you see this, there are a lot of tools. If you click it and you see a lot of tools inside this group. For example, lasso select, polygonal lassos, and so on. If you say crop, now there is crop tool, there is perspective crop, there is slice selected tool, and there's a lot more. And these all tools you need to know. So this is a toolbar. And firstly, if I want to open up some image, okay, I can double click on this black surface here. Okay, this is called as a document window. This is called as a document window. In document window, you can just give a double click, and it will go to the. It will go. Maybe I will go to the pictures, and I go here and choose some picture. Okay, if at all it's coming, I don't have so many pictures here, it seems. Actually, this is basically the pictures. I go to this PC and go to the pictures. Okay, here. Now here are some pictures. As you could see, I can choose any picture you like. Okay, maybe I choose this picture, my cycling. We go after Fajr cycling. So let's take up this picture. Now, this is a picture of Dal Lake and all. So this, either you can open up the picture using the double click, or you can go simply file and open. That's your choice. You can go to open, and or you say Control O, or because these are multiple ways of doing things. Okay, or you simply double click it. Now, for example, I want to zoom onto this. So there is a zoom tool here. Mind it, if you when you click this zoom, this is a toolbar, and on the top you just see the top also. When I click this zoom, you see on the top. This top is called as an option bar. It is companion to this toolbar. So option bar and toolbar, they're companions. So when I click the zoom tool here, okay, and you see on the top, whatever is pertaining to the zoom comes there. Okay, now option bar changes as per the zoom. Now the option bar has everything about the zoom. You understand? So here I have zoom in, zoom out. So if I click it, it is getting zoom in, and zoom in, zoom in. Now look here, if I zoom it on a tire, it will try to keep that point in a perspective which I zoomed. Okay, so I zoom out, and you can do zoom in, zoom out using these two. Okay, or there are many ways to do zoom in, zoom out. This was the one way, but I told you first, this is what is this? This is a document window where you open up the document. And what is here on the left pane? It is called as a toolbar, and on the top is the option bar. Option bar is companion to the toolbar. So whatever tool you select, this option bar will change accordingly. I have selected this text. Okay, this is the type tool, and in type tool now you see we have on the top the tiles and all about the typing and all. I click it the zoom, and on the option bar is about the zoom and all. Okay, okay. Now, and there are tabs. I can open up the multiple images. Okay, I can open up multiple images. Now, if I want to say, if I click the mouse and stay click, so it is zooming. If I have a selected zoom out, if I have selected zoom in, and I click the mouse and but don't leave it, I'm clicking the mouse and not leaving, so it is zooming, right? And if you see, it is zooming on this tire. Let me zoom out again. Now look at this. I click the zoom plus button here, and I put up my face and click the button. And now you could see the face is zooming in, even though it is not a great picture because it was taken by some camera, by phone camera. It's getting pixelated. Now you could see if I zoom in, the pixels are coming into the place. Now those pixels are coming to place because this picture is made up of pixels. It's a raster graphics, not vector graphics. And I say zoom, click on the option bar, zoom out, and I click and hold click. Okay. Now, if I do one thing, I click and move to the left and move to the right, it will do zoom out, zoom in the same way. Now, I don't need to click first on top plus and minus to zoom out, zoom in. I can simply click wherever I want to zoom in, and then move the mouse to the left to zoom out, move the mouse to the. So if I say control 0 here, control 0, it will fit the picture in a screen. If something went wrong, you can put up a control 0 and the picture will come in there. So this is a hand tool where you can move this if you want to move, if at all you have zoomed it, say for example I click the zoom tool here and I am clicking and moving left. So as you could see, if I move right, it zoom. If I move right, it zooms in. If I move left, it zooms out. If I move left, right, it zooms in. So you can do zoom in, zoom out, clicking the mouse and moving left and right. No need to click plus and minus here. Second thing is, if you have, for example, moved it too much and now you want to cut it back, say control 0, it will get back to it. Okay, if I say control 1, it will be 100%. Control 1, it will go for whatever the picture was, 100% of the picture. It was this much only. Okay, अगर बड़ी picture होगी तो बड़ा दिखेगा. Do you understand these things, what I'm saying? Okay. Now I can open up the pictures because we have a companion software with the Photoshop that's called Bridge. The Bridge is a companion software with the Photoshop, जिसमें आप क्या करते हो, जिसमें पिक्चर्स वगैरह सारे आप अच्छे से अरेंज कर सकते हो, उसको देख सकते हो. So we say browse in Bridge. File, browse in Bridge. Now it will open up the Bridge. It's coming on this screen. Let me get it here. One second, I'll minimize this thing first. चल ही नहीं रहा. Now this is your Bridge. Now Bridge is what? It is a wonderful tool to arrange your pictures because it has a very nice interface to deal with pictures. Okay, it has a very good interface to deal with pictures. Now what you can accomplish using Photoshop is you can do wonders in the Photoshop. For example, we have this pimple girl. We want to remove these pimples and make this face like this. Okay, so we can do it in a Photoshop. Beautifications. We want to create these Aadhaar cards with a, for example, I want to create an Aadhaar card with all the dimensions with the one key. I click one, it will do everything. It will load photo. It will create all these. It will create everything for its own. So we can have the actions here. That's what actions. And this is my one photo, and I want to put someone else there. Okay. I want to put, say, for example, my kid there. You can get this kid from here and get it there. Okay, on that picture. I have created last time. मैंने किया था वो, पता नहीं इसमें है कि नहीं. वो किया था मैंने, पर इसमें नहीं दिख रहा अभी. Anyways, so you can change. You can do wonders in the Photoshop. You understand? बस में आ रही है? So we will see what we can do, but this is a bridge. For example, I want to open up another photo. This is the Mohammed Zain here. Okay, let me open up this photo here. Okay, if it is JPG, it should open up in a. It will open up in a what? It will open up in a Photoshop, as you could see automatically. Okay, we minimize it and open up this kiddo here, and it will open up in a Photoshop automatically. You have to double click, it will open up in a Photoshop. This is also the way to open up things in a Photoshop. And here, as you could see, all the pictures, they are in a tabs. There are tabs, so you can work with the multiple pictures. And on the right side, as you could see, these are called as the panels. These are called as what? There are many panels. The most important panel we have here is what's called the levels, layers. Okay, this layers panel, because we have layers. If you want to create mixing of photos and all, कभी हम करते हैं ना कि इसका head उसके सर पे लगा दिया and all that. So layers is everything. So we have a layers. Now these are the panels. Okay, these are swatches. These are this thing. If you mess up with this thing, for example, if you mess up with things here, आपको आप अपने हिसाब से लगा सकते हो. इसको यहाँ लगा दिया, उसको वहां लगा दिया, लेयर यहाँ लगा दी, जो आपकी मर्जी होगी फिर लास्ट में. Okay, that this is the workspace, and the workspace right now, which is default, is called the essential. It's called what? Essential. अगर आपने mess up कर दिया, you go up here and ये देखो टिक किया है essential. You can create your own, like you say, new workspace and create your own workspace as per your uses. कि आपने ये tool यहाँ रखना है, वो tool वहाँ रखना. जब आप expert बनोगे ना इसके Photoshop के, तब आपको अपना ये इसकी workspace होगी, जहाँ पे आप जो ज्यादा tools अब इस्तेमाल करते हो वही आप रखोगे यहाँ पे. कुछ टूल छुपे हुए होते हैं, उनको आप लाओगे बाहर. लेकिन अगर आपने मैसअप किया हो तो यू सिंपली से रीसेट एसेंशियल्स, क्योंकि जो वर्क स्पेस में दी हुई है इट इज कॉल्ड एज एन एसेंशियल्स. सो आई विल से रीसेट एसेंशियल्स and it's getting back to the original position. Do you understand? Okay. So this is on the right side, it is called as a panels. On the bottom, it is the taskbar. On the taskbar, we have here about this picture details, like it is 16, the zoom position, how much zoom, how much pixels it has, and there is an arrow you can put up all the things here about this picture, whole information about this picture that is here. Okay. On these are the tabs, and this is the option bar. Option bar is the companion of home. Option bar is the companion of toolbar. So जो भी आप tool select करोगे, when you have to speak using the mic. Okay. जो भी आप tool इस्तेमाल करोगे उसका ऊपर वाला चीज आएगा. And if you want to, arrange, you say arrange, just do one thing, 2 up horizontal. अब 2 आगे ऐसे, ऊपर एक नीचे एक. Windows arrange, मैं कहूँगा 3 up stacked. अब ये stacked आगे तीनों. So I can work with the multiple. I can make them float also. Arrange. I can say all floated and all. Float all in Windows. So now they are floating. You can float. Now I can get them in the other screen. If you have multiple screens, you can move them to the other screen. I'm moving it to the other screen. Okay. I can work one picture on this screen, other picture on other screen. If you have 2 screens, they're all floating. Okay. And if you want to get them back in a tabs, then you go say Windows, arrange, consolidate all to tabs. Consolidate all to tabs. Now you have to do one thing. You have to watch this video again on the YouTube, and then what you do is, because we have 1 minute left only, I need to take up a screenshot. Okay. Where is OneNote? Let me get here. Let me get one screenshot. Cameras on, please, because we have 1 minute left. We'll have 5-minute break, and then we come back. Okay. 1 second. Everybody with the camera, a fan and print screen. We'll have 1 minute break, and then we come back. Okay. 5 minutes break, and then we come back.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.